Greetings, travelers, plumbers, tile guys. We're here on a little toilet repair. What we got here is commonly known as a Rockin Potty. It's rocking. Now, the key thing here when I saw this was those toilet bolts. Can you see that toilet bolt? It is old. It is corroded. It is no good. But my question is, how did the tile guy put down this tile without pulling the toilet? If you're a tile guy, you're going to pull this toilet, lay your tile up against the flange, put new toilet bolts in with caps, and cut those bolts, put caps on them, set the toilet. A toilet on top of tile is two hard surfaces, so you want to cushion it a little bit with some plumber's putty around the edge and inside the interior around there. Not a whole lot, just a bead of it, so that the toilet sits on a cushion against the tile. Otherwise, well, we got a rockin' potty here. This is not good. And you can't tighten those bolts. They're corroded, no good, so they gotta go. So before I go to the store, I want to pull this up and see what else is going on. Maybe the flange is broken. Sometimes the cast iron is sitting too high and the toilet doesn't want to sit down. It's obviously probably ancient wax ring needs to go. This toilet is relatively new. It's a Glacier Bay. This house here is 60 years old. The tile is within a 2 years old. There's new vinyl windows. There's all kinds of new tile around the tub. You see, you get the little trim up there. Accents. So somebody's been in here remodeling, but they didn't want to touch the toilet. They probably cut the tiles and slid them in under the toilet, which is a no-no. If you're a tile guy, pull the toilet, get the toilet out of there and do your tile and set the toilet right. So our first stage here, and I saw the valve over there looks 60 years old, so we're hoping that it'll shut off. Otherwise, go out to the street and cut the water off at the house. That's probably the best thing to do in any situation. If you have a problem with the valve and it starts leaking, you want the water cut off at the street. But I like to fly without a net, so we're going to just try to turn that water off at the supply and deal with it. The supply line to the tank, 60 years old. So if you're going to do the tile floor, redo the toilet also. And speaking of redoing toilets, I'm much better at these toilet jobs than I am at filming and editing. As you saw in my last videos, I had to upload 9 different scenes. I put them all together into a 25-minute video, go to upload it, and the YouTube says, oh, it's invalid. Try again later, or try a different video. I don't know. Each individual scene uploaded fine, but you combine them all in a 25-minute video, for some reason, it's invalid. And there's YouTube solutions, very extensive on how to correct the situation. So anyways, we'll learn that as we go. But toilets, I've been doing toilets a long time. This shouldn't be a problem. Although, when you get into a toilet like this, there could be what they call plumber's hell, where you don't even expect something to go wrong, and it does. So the first thing we're going to do is going to take the tank lid off and get it out of here. We don't want to chip it or break it. Then we're going to empty the toilet of all its water. And if you look on the toilet tank, there's a code number right here. Maybe over here too. Look on your toilet tank cover, and there's a code number. That's going to tell you what kind of toilet it is and what kind of parts you need replaced inside. The flapper is always mysterious, but this number is going to tell you what kind of flapper to put in the tank. The inside. First, let me get rid of this. Don't want to step on it, break it, or whatever. So just get it out of here. Let's see what's going on inside. Oh yeah. Oh gosh. That's some old stuff. Look at this. This is old. There's some sort of, oh, you put some scent in your toilet water. So now we're going to, see, this is also telling you some info. It's a Glacier Bay. It's under 5 years old. Here's a code number. That's good to tell you what's going on. If you get into the older toilets, that number will help you. The flapper is always a mystery. That flapper doesn't fit somebody else's toilet, and there's like 10 different flappers. If you don't get the right flapper, you're flapped out. So first we'll cut off the water, drain the tank in the bowl, makes it lighter, it's not going to be a mess. And we'll also cover the floor here, protect that precious tile. Let's try the pause. And we're back. The shutoff valve closed, but that doesn't always mean it's not going to leak, but we'll see what happens. First we'll drain the tank. Because the valve is shut off, it's not since the valve is shut off, it's not refilling. Then with a sponge, I'll make use of this bowl here and empty the tank. Pause button. Let's try the pause again. And we're back. Well, the nuts and washers on that bolt were so bad they just broke apart. And both sides are, the nut and washer are just destroyed. So that's a good thing. And let's see, we'll have to, let's disconnect the water supply so we can lift that baby up. Pausing. Okay, I guess we're running. Yes, we're running. Okay, we've disconnected the water supply. This baby should come up. Now I've put cardboard on the tile because we're going to lift that thing up and set it on the floor. The biggest danger you have on these toilets is cracking what they call the china or the porcelain. So you want to have a nice comfy spot for it to sit on. Also under the toilet is going to be remnants of the wax ring. It's a gooey, sticky mess. You don't want to put it all over the floor. Always lift with your legs, pull her right off, and get her on the cardboard. In a big remodel job, you take the toilet out and put it in the backyard or something. Well, what do we got here? Well, we can see, here's our old bolts, untrimmed. There's an ancient wax ring. We have, well, according to this, it looks like they did pull the toilet And he's trimmed his tile all around the flange like you're supposed to, and then put the toilet back down with these old bolts. And didn't replace the ring, wax ring. And there's no corking. The guy in Tennessee says caulking is corking. There's no corking. There's no plumber's putty to cushion between the tile and the toilet. Or in some parts they call it a commode. So what we'll do here, take a little trip to the store. I have a wax ring, but these bolts, get some new bolts. I like to use the DAP corking. Clean this up, set the toilet back down, see what happens. There's that shower, the supply line, and that's ancient. That's 60 years old, and you run the risk of when you turn this valve that hasn't been turned in 30 years, you can cause a leak. And because we're on low budget, we're not going to replace that valve. We may replace, I have an extra hose, so we'll replace the supply line, but what do the kids say? It is what it is. Okay, we're going to turn this camera off, and this will be scene number 1, and we'll see if we can add it to our next 2 scenes and upload it. I can't figure it out. I didn't replace the bolts. Anyways, we'll get her done.